so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, feed you water on the chain. Get no love where I ain't from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made a sum. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big bag plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big bag plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got this grease on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me sleep rest in the morning, I had me up about a month.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Gets fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Check! 5-8! Go down! 12! Where's that?
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And now running right through it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word. But if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Ready! 90!
Throwing on first down is Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one.
21.
Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. miss the intended target. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready. We're waiting. Doing a shot.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Kill. Hey, two. Easy, kill.
On the keeper, it's Breeze.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side, able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a 1st down.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And a quick shuttle pass here is complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Here's Breeze to throw. His throw incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd and 4.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Vic Beasley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
3rd and goal, option right. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And Lux puts this one through. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Ryan now to throw on third down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And Breeze is going to go down in the end zone, a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the interception, here's Ryan. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Get up! Hey, Tuesday.
On third down, Ryan. Flush to his right. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense. And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Kill. 21.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Breeze. And he'll win it over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Ready? You waiting?
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Yes. 21.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. On target over the middle to Hill. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down when you want 3. Get a little bit closer, making it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Ryan now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a first and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up. Second and 10.
Tuesday. 12.
Again on second and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain of 39 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
20, 20. Ready, ready. Left. Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 2nd down.
Get up. Gun. 12. 11.
Throwing again. Ryan eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
On. Hey, Tuesday. Gun.
Throwing again, Ryan. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now Breeze. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but, boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Saints. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 36. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking here for Smith downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And all the way down to the 26. A big run there by Freeman. 47 yards on the ground. So a big carry there, maybe trying to atone for that fumble he had earlier in this one.
Yeah, I know every coach always tells you, shake it off, let it go. You know it's in your head. You want to make up for it, and he did exactly that on that play.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Yellow waiting.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Got four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving out one.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. They toss to Freeman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. First catch of the game for the rookie Sutton. It's a first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.